Hey guys, it's Phantom here, and welcome back to a brand new video, everyone. So in today's video, I am pretty much going to be talking to all of you to explain why the second arc of Wizard101, the Morganth arc, is actually my least favorite in the game. Now, I know I'm probably going to piss a lot of people off in this video because I feel like a lot of people have really strong opinions about the second arc, and that's kind of the fun with talking about it. I think the second arc has a lot of controversial aspects about it that compare and contrast with each other really well. So anyways, before the video starts, let me know in the comments down below your opinions on the second arc. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Is it your favorite arc? Is it your least favorite? And why? Alright, now on to my opinions. So, the first main reason why I don't particularly like the second arc as much as the first arc, or the third arc inside of Wizard101, is going to be purely the fact that the arc is really long and drawn out, in my opinion. It's really the longevity of each individual quest inside of the second arc that really makes me not look forward to just doing the entire arc whenever I go on to one of my characters. Whenever I get to the first arc world of Celestia, I just become demotivated, and I've often pondered the reason why. And, after thinking about it a little bit, it's really because the second arc is definitely by far the longest arc within this game. The second arc is kind of one of the sole reasons why I have put off questing on so many characters. Like, let's just take a look at Dustin Lifeheart here. Level 46, this is the walkthrough character. Now, yes, I know that the walkthrough hasn't really been a thing for a while here, but part of the reason why I don't want to quest on this guy is because I'm pretty much just dreading the second arc. Same with my myth guy right here. I'm pretty sure these are the only two, though. I think these are the only two out of my entire account that haven't, at least started the second arc. But pretty much the main reason why I don't want to actually quest these characters up, and why I don't want to quest in the second arc whatsoever, is just because the second arc is so fucking long. So if we compare, I'm pretty sure the first arc's longest world is Dragonspire right here. Now the first arc has a total of 5 worlds, which is the same amount of worlds as the second arc. I'm pretty sure the longest world inside of the first arc, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below, but at least one of the longest worlds in the first arc is Dragonspire, and I believe it has like a total of like 106 quests or something like that. And then compare it to the longest world of the second arc, which is Chrysalis, and it's got, I believe, I looked it up recently, like 270 something quests. So you can see the astronomical difference, between these two worlds, the two longest worlds in each arc. And that probably gives you a pretty good idea of kind of the step up from the first arc that the second arc has in terms of just its sheer length. And even though the first arc does have 5 worlds, which, like I said, is the same amount as the second arc worlds are just so much longer. Like, it's really not even a contest, as, I compared Chrysalis and Dragonspire. The second arc is also home to other worlds that have a shit ton of quests. I know Avalon has a lot of quests. Azteca, of course, has a lot of quests, and then you've got the monster of Chrysalis. And then there's, of course, Celestia, which doesn't take that long, and Zafaria definitely has some annoying quests as well, but I don't think it is nearly as long as the other ones. And that brings me to my next point. So the actual quests, the actual quest lines inside of the second arc worlds as well are extremely annoying. The second arc consists of a lot of defeat and collect quests, and I know that defeat and collect quests are a very integral part of this game. I understand that that is what a lot of the quests consist of these days. However, the second arc, in my opinion, just completely overdoes it in that fact. And after like 5 worlds with like more than 100 quests each, some of them, going into the 200s, you just get tired of it. You need a break, and that is definitely one of the main reasons. Actually, I kind of want to look at my characters again because I want to see how many of my characters not the ones that have started the second arc, the ones that haven't started the second arc, but the ones that are stuck in it right now. So Dustin Iceheart, I'm questing up right now, but it's taken him so long. He's been like stuck at level 70 for like 2 years, I think, until I finally decided to like level him up a bunch. He's almost done though. My balance wizard has been stuck in the second arc for absolutely forever. Same with my storm wizard. I remember I made this guy, God, I don't even know, like 5 years ago or something, and he's only level 88. Like, that is just ridiculous. Is there any more, or is that all my characters that are stuck in the second arc? Okay, I think that's pretty much it. But seriously though, the second arc is home to some of the most annoying quests inside of this game, most notably Zafaria, Azteca, and Chrysalis. It can just get really, really tiring after a while, you know, when you've got to do some random defeat and collect quests in, let's say, Azteca, where you pretty much have to make a salad, you know, for a fish underwater, just for like the sole purpose of King's Isle just adding another quest to Azteca, as if like the whole world wasn't as useless enough. You just got to do these extra things that don't really make much sense in the grand scheme of the storyline, just to add like some fluff to the world. And of course, you know, adding fluff to any world is gonna piss me off, but it's like really, really pointless fluff like that that contributes to the overall length of the, I almost said first arc, of the second arc, that just really makes me not want to play it. So my second main reason in why I don't really like the second arc very much is because I have a really, really big problem with its storyline. Now, I know that's going to seem really, really controversial, but I want to preface this by saying that I do not think that really any single plotline, any single world inside of this game actually has a bad story. I actually do very much enjoy all of the arc stories, but the thing is, when it stacks up against the story of the first arc and the third arc, you know, the second one, it just doesn't really work for me. It doesn't really work for me that much. And Morganth, you know, pretty much the main villain of the second arc, is the main factor that influences my dissatisfaction with the second arc storyline. In that, I do not really think she is as strong of a villain as Malistaire or Old Cobb, Grandfather Spider, whatever you want to call him. I think that Morganth is kind of the weakest out of the three. Now, some people might disagree with me on that. I think some people definitely will disagree, but just hear me out a little bit. So, when we take a look at Malistaire's storyline in the first arc, really what it comes down to, and I think, and what makes a great villain, at least in my opinion, like I said, you know, this is all my thoughts, but in my mind, what makes a great villain is a great villain motivation. And that is, you know, of course, motivation, the reason why they are doing the things that they're doing, and their justification for their horrible actions or whatever. Malistaire's villainous actions for his wrongdoings are extremely, extremely compelling, in my opinion. You know, he wants to summon the Dragon Titan, of course, because he wants to bring back his wife, because, of course, she got sick and she died, and he just wants to bring her back because, you know, simply he loves her and cares about her, and he is willing to, of course, go to the ends of the earth for her and summon a massive Titan, just at risk of destroying the entire spiral and everyone in it, just to bring back his dear wife. Like, that's compelling shit, you know? Like, that is the storytelling that I live for inside of this game. Some stuff that, like, isn't quite relatable, but it's more so, like, human emotion taken to a massive scale to the point where it becomes destructive. I just find that really, really interesting. And, you know, when we take a look at Old Cobb's motivation, he was imprisoned for wrongful reasons. Pretty much Grandmother Raven had kind of had a grudge for him. Like, that entire time she imprisoned him, she wanted to destroy him, even though he had really done nothing wrong in the first place. So the first world got destroyed, Raven locked him up, and then from kind of the like broken pieces of the first world, she blah 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 made the spiral and everything. But what was so interesting is she made the spiral with kind of the idea in mind that where, and this was in Spider's own words, where Spider, you know, Shadow itself was the personification of evil, which I think is really, really powerful stuff. So, of course, when we release Grandfather Spider from his hole, he is super duper angry at Raven, and he wants revenge, and he will pretty much do anything to get it. But what's really, really interesting is come the end of Imperia, which is the last world of the second arc, you know, Spider and Raven actually resolve their issues with one another. Raven admits that she was wrong. Spider forgives her, and then everyone lives happily ever after, which is a really, really interesting way to actually end an arc, in my opinion. I honestly did not expect King's Isle to do something like that, but I think it does tie a perfect bow onto the third arc story. But anyways, onto Morganth though, and why she can't even compare to these two absolute chads. So, Morganth's motivation, it's, like, how do I say it? How is a good way of saying this? It's very, very basic, right? So, of course, there is this concept of evil people, right, out in the world. Evil people are hungry for power, and they will do anything necessary to get power, because that's what drives them. that's pretty much Morgant's basic ass motivation that she has. All she really does want is power. She kind of just has like a massive ego that needs to be filled at all costs. Now, that is not to say that she isn't a powerful villain. She, of course, is a very, very powerful villain, harkening back to, you know, the Avalon questline, or actually, no, this wasn't the Avalon questline. This was the Chrysalis questline, I do believe, where we kind of visited Morgant's dreams, and we saw that, you know, she was she was a bit of an asshole, not gonna lie. She was a bit of an asshole. She was kind of a bitch, of course, we kind of all know that, but she was also very, very powerful, as demonstrated by us, you know, playing as her in that memory. How she defeated everyone that was put in front of her with relative ease, which of course prompted Merle Ambrose to take away her wand and her spells because she was dangerous, and he recognized that she was unstable and on her quest for power. So when you compare all of the motivations of the 3 arc villains, I mean, Morgant's kind of just stands out as the worst in my opinion. It is pretty much like as generic as a villain story can really get. It's just not very compelling at all. I feel like Morgant really isn't a character that you can sympathize with because, like I said, she was kind of just a bitch from the very start. So, you know, the second arc's story problems, mainly concerning the villain as well as the longevity of the entire arc, etc., contributes to the fact that it is my least favorite arc. But anyways, that is pretty much going to be it for this video. Make sure to leave a like if you guys did enjoy, or subscribe to the channel if you are looking forward to more videos in the future, mainly WizVids, of course. And you know, the support, honestly guys, like I know I say this every single video, but it's just been insane recently, and you guys are doing an amazing job of keeping it up. So I just wanted to you know, give you guys some kudos for all of that. But like I said though at the very beginning of the video, before I end it off here, let me know your opinions in the comments down below, like the good and the bad of the first arc, as well as really any arc that you want to talk about. And you know, just try to justify your position on these things. I'd like to have like a friendly conversation with you guys, because I feel pretty strongly about this opinion in particular. But anyways, that's gonna be all for me, everyone. I will see you all in the next video or stream, whenever that may be. So take care and peace out.